transfers out. You want to load it up or start?
Yeah, hot start.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is David Kerr.
You'll notice a large three-story brick building here on my left-hand side. That is the original Midland Terminal Depot. There are two waiting rooms, one on the left and one on the right. That's because the ladies waited on one side and the men on the other.
They smell like coal.
Yeah.
Cripple Creek missed out by 2 votes. It's over 100 years old. Long and 100 foot tall. They filled it in with this one strong and low-grade ore. At today's prices, it would be worth about $1 million. I think if you'll fill in your pocket though, it takes about 2 tons to make 1 ounce of gold.
About 2 months to make 1 ounce of gold.
Well, we're out of gas. Now, this area here is known as Echo Valley. During the gold rush period of time, all the mines around here had steam whistles. And they would blow these whistles to let the miners know when to come to work, when to go home, and if there was a problem in between. I'll give you a short little demonstration of why they call this Echo Valley. By the way, we're right on time.
Of course we are.
These echoes can be heard for 10 miles down the valley. This paved road that's running down here below us is Highway 67 today. That used to be the Florence and Cripple Creek Railroad. The Florence and Cripple Creek was a very profitable railroad. They paid for themselves in the first year of operation. That's also one of the first to leave this area. Down in the valley down here below us, down in the meadow, used to sit the town of Berry. Berry had a population of about 500, and Berry was just one of the small mining towns here in the district. You'll notice the dirt road that runs through the center of the valley there disappears around the corner to the left. Used to sit the town of Mound City. Mound City also had a population of about 500, but Mound City was a mill town. There was 2 mills that operated there. One that extracted gold, and the other one made metal products that the mines in this area needed. In 1904, they had a fire in one of these mills and it burned down Mound City, swept up the valley here and burned down Berry, went on up the valley a little further and burned down part of Anaconda. Anaconda is the next town we'll be visiting. This was in 1904, so the gold rush had at least leveled off. So instead of rebuilding these towns, the people that live here just moved off to the other small towns in the area instead of rebuilding. This dirt road that I mentioned a while ago, if you follow it on around in about 25 miles, you will come to Canyon City. This is the way the Pony Express and the stagecoach would go at this time. The Pony Express can deliver a letter from Cripple Creek to Canyon City in a little less than 24 hours. We're lucky today to get out now in 3 days. The mine that you see right straight across the way over here with the metal head riser and all the equipment.
That's that road we went on.
That's a dirt road.
You don't see one very often.
That's what we went on.
Where's that? Oh, down there? Yeah. Dirt road.
I live in L.A.
Oh! Well, sometimes you'll see lights in it at night, but not in LA.
Somebody took the word out.
This is the ghost town of Anaconda. The building you see here in front of us is one of the old blacksmith shops. There was 3 blacksmiths in town and a population of a little over 1,000 people that lived here. As you headed up the hillside and to your left, my left over here, that is the Morning Glory mine. Well, up the hillside where you see the 2 metal head risers, that is the Dr. Jackpot 1 and the Dr. Jackpot 2. These were 2 of the more profitable mines in this area. As the gold rush progressed, they figured out that the wealthier and the better graded gold was to the south of Cripple Creek. As you're coming down the hillside, you'll notice it looks like old roads went back and forth across the hills. Well, that's because the high line electric and the low line electric did run up here. Streetcars. Cripple Creek and Victor got electricity before New York City or Paris, France. As you come on down to the middle of the hillside here where you see the 3 buildings there, that's what's left of the Mary McKinney mine. The Mary McKinney was also a profitable mine, and the building there with the chimney still left in is the old Mary McKinney office. If you work for this mine, this is where you would collect your pay at the end of every day and paid on a day-to-day basis. The building there with the brick stacked up at the end of it, that's the old powder house. This is where they kept their dynamite, such as this they made it down the mine. As you come on down to the big wall of cribbing there, that was built by the Mary McKinney to keep the tailings or the slough rock off of the railroad. As I said before, this paved road here was the Florence and Cripple Creek Railroad. Into the ore cars for them to bring it out. He also put on several boxing demonstration matches over at Cripple Creek at the Grand Opera House. That was Jack Dempsey. Well, we are fixing to be headed back to Cripple Creek here in just a moment. Since our tracks do end here, we will be backing. I'll point out a few little things along the way, and we will stop one more time outside of Cripple Creek, and I'll tell you a little bit about the town. We've got a minute or two. If anybody's got any questions in this area, I'll try to answer them.
Does that lead anywhere? Just a wine here.
To grade the ore, you said high and low grade coming down. How did they do that?
Okay, when a piece of when a piece of ore would come down, it should have a vein of gold going through it. If it was a certain width and a certain length, then it was higher grade. If it was just a streak going through it, that was low grade. That was what this is. A lot of this you can see the different colors of the rust. That's actually a mineral deposit. And it may be gold underneath it, or it may be iron.
Huh, I
Give me a piece.
With all the iron that is in the ore, here, the gold will rust. It's not pure enough gold.
You say this road leads to Victor?
Gold
Yeah,
rust.
yeah.
Isn't Victor
Victor,
is
the
nothing.
paved road ends,
I didn't know gold.
and then there's a dirt road from there to Canyon City? Or?
No, sir. This dirt road right here will take you to Canyon City.
You mean this paved road?
No, the dirt road.
Oh, the dirt road will.
Yeah,
The dirt road is the
it's
Phantom
long.
Canyon Road.
Ah.
This is the shelf road. Phantom Canyon is on up into Victor there. You can take the road off to your right. And that's the
SR
Phantom Canyon
88.
Road, and it'll take you to
That's all dirt road going up.
Yeah.
all dirt road, and I hope you're in a rental car.
Ready for winter, aren't they?
Yeah.
rancher in the area by the name of Levi Welty. Levi was pushing some cattle across this creek after a spring thaw, and one of the cows slipped and fell and broke his leg. Well, a few days later, his son was messing around the creek, fell off his horse and hurt his leg. So Levi exclaimed, "Isn't this a Cripple Creek?" And the town kept that as its name when they got their charter. The paved road that runs on the other side of Cripple Creek there, that is Myers Avenue. During the gold rush period of time, Myers Avenue was the red light district. There were saloons and parlor houses up and down the road here. The white building that you see out here with the red sign painted on it, that is the old Homestead Parlor House. That was the business of Miss Pearl DeVere. She was one of the more famous madams of this area, and she did pass away of an opium overdose. Well, when her family arrived into town and found out she was not the school teacher she had claimed to be, they left town without even attending her funeral. The town gave her a real nice funeral, though. The parade was over a mile long with 3 marching bands. This was not out of disrespect, you see. She was a well-liked person and a top-notch business lady. Before you could check into her parlor house, you had to send a resume and a bank statement 3 months in advance. Of course, if your bank statement didn't check out, you didn't check in.